What is up, fanboys and fangirls? Welcome back to another episode of the What the Fanboy Show. It is our favorite episode of the year.
This is the best episode of the year.
So we're
I'm so excited, man.
so glad you're here to join us. We've got our predictions to be made, and we've got our predictions of 2023 to be reviewed. Who came out on top? Who will make the boldest prediction for 2024? That's what I want to know. Luke. It's probably Luke.
Yeah.
I mean, you might know it. I've been flaunting it all year.
But before we get into our predictions, our prediction game, let's talk about some of the trailers that came out this week.
I watched none of them.
Wait,
Spoiler alert.
Whoa.
So just
Tyler.
thumbs up them all.
Yeah.
Thumbs up to all of it. I think it all looks fantastic.
We did get a full trailer for Halo, the series, Season 2.
Except for that one. Thumbs down. I bet that looks bad.
It looks better than Season 1, but that's not
that's
a high
a low
bar.
bar, yeah.
Yeah.
Does it look bad?
I'm trying to think. What was the reception to the first season of Halo's trailer? Like, were people like, "Oh wow"? this
No,
looks good."
everyone was concerned.
Okay.
People were concerned.
My concern for season 2, as somebody who's not gonna watch it, doesn't care, and gave up on this entirely.
Yeah,
I did see the poster for this. He doesn't have his helmet on.
What?
Yeah, that's just a
No.
thing every week at this point. No, I feel like the driving force behind this season is only going to be reach nostalgia,
Yeah.
and it's not going to be storytelling or character or even action.
Honestly, this probably should have been season 1.
Yes. That's my concern as well.
Or
This is a course correction.
you could even do what the games did, where it's like, wow, people are really liking this Halo TV show. Here's where it started, and you get a Reach spinoff.
Yeah.
Halo Reach is great too.
But I mean, there's just some cool moments in the trailer. I think
Yeah.
there's some. I always think the elites look good.
Yeah.
I think that's honestly probably the best part of the show.
The first season had one really well done large battle scene, and it looks like they've
Was it in the first episode?
no,
It's
it's
like
like
episode
episode
4.
4 or 5.
I had quit watching the show already, so I just watched it on YouTube or
Yeah.
something, and it was okay.
and it yeah, and it looks like they're, at least in the trailer, they're showing way more of that kind of stuff. Does that translate to more of that in the show? Not necessarily, but
I think a problem with that too is it all looks like the same scene,
a little bit
which
does.
is and
yeah.
I'm guessing it's the fall. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, they've invaded our base. Here we go. We got to get out of here.
Yeah.
And it's just like, is the fall only going to be episode 1, and the rest is we're sad because our friends are dead?
I feel like it's got to be episode 2 or
But
3.
if they bang
I
somebody,
think
maybe they'll come back.
That's a good point.
maybe.
You never know with this.
You never know.
This version of Halo. The other part of Halo show, yeah, you mentioned it. Him not wearing his helmet.
Mm-hmm.
It's a battle they're never gonna win, of him not wearing his helmet, because the most popular show on television currently is a lead who doesn't take off their helmet. So everybody knows it can be done.
Yeah.
So good luck winning that argument, Pablo Schreiber and writers.
Yeah. They won't.
Whatever.
I feel like it's just, at this point, why even discuss it? Like, it was have that fight season 1. You don't need to have that fight. Stop fighting that fight.
They should have just seriously disfigured him and course corrected there. Maybe they'll do that.
Maybe.
But then put him helmetless on the poster. I don't get it.
Definitely not. Okay, the next one we got, so that was a sideways thumb for me. It didn't really move.
Thumbs down because season 1 sucked. I didn't even finish it.
I like Halo enough that I'll watch it, and
I didn't finish it, and I usually stick things out.
yeah.
I usually give everything 5 episodes. I didn't even make it that far.
No.
It was bad.
Lost interest. Don't care. So
The next show we're gonna talk about is we got the trailer for Mr. and Mrs. Smith. This is the, why can't I think of his name? Donald Glover. Yeah. I was thinking of Childish Gambino. I was like, wait, that's not his name.
I mean, it's not wrong.
I was gonna say also correct.
Also, it's correct, but Luke, you said something at the end of this trailer that I'd like you to say and not steal it.
I appreciate they're not doing exactly what the Brangelina movie was.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Like
it
looks like its own thing.
It's obviously very different. It's just that in spirit, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm okay
Married
with it.
spy couple.
Yeah.
Or fake married spy couple, I guess.
I think there just has to be chemistry there, and it'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
I like Donald Glover, so I'm interested.
Yeah, same. Same.
Yeah.
This got I'll give this one a thumbs up.
Me too. I'm interested.
Does
I
it
think
look
looks
like
fun.
something Dana would be interested in? Maybe.
Sure. I don't really know how
She likes
read.
Reacher.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
I
I don't
think
really
so.
know how to read Dana's interests. So.
That's true. Me either.
That's
and I've
your
been married
job.
to her for a
it
while.
definitely looks a little more
It looks like a
mass market.
TV-14.
Yeah, it's not gonna be.
It surprised me though.
It could. I don't know.
TV
Like Reacher feels. I mean, and I haven't seen it, but Reacher feels intense.
Reacher's a dad show.
Is it not?
Yeah, Reacher is definitely a dad show.
Okay,
Yeah.
so maybe it's
Is
more
Dana
like
a
Reacher.
dad?
Than
No.
that. I don't know.
Kind of.
Kind of. I mean, she's a parent.
We also got a trailer for The Gentleman. This is Guy
That
Ritchie's.
movie came out forever ago.
Is this a show?
Yeah, it's a show.
spin-off.
I was
This is
just
the
being
show
a jerk.
show spinoff. Sorry. Yeah.
Was the movie The Gentleman and this is The Gentleman, or is this the?
I
also
think
The
it's both The
Gentleman?
Gentleman.
Yeah, they're the same.
Plural.
I can't believe they didn't name it The Gentleman, a show in the universe of The Gentleman.
Or did what Kingsman did and just call it Gentleman.
Yeah.
Is it following the same format as The Gentleman?
I can't tell in the
I'm
trailer.
just gonna be honest. It looks like every other action show I've ever seen. I don't think it looks that interesting.
It looks pretty formulaic. Lots of big name cameos in the trailer, though.
Yeah, John Turturro, or was that
There was John Turturro.
No,
Ron...
that was Mr. and Mrs. Smith, wasn't it? Or am I getting all these trailers mixed up?
Oh,
They all just kind of run together.
maybe that is Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
They both did it though.
I don't know. In any case,
It looks okay.
it looks okay. Sideways thumb.
Big fan of the movie.
Yeah,
Underrated movie.
Movie is good. Yeah.
yeah. I'll definitely give this one a shot.
Plus, I like Guy Ritchie.
Yeah.
So
I like some of Guy Ritchie's films. I think he has.
I feel like I like most of his stuff.
I like the last one of his I
I
watched.
haven't liked a lot. Some of his newer things. What was the last one he did?
The Gentleman.
Was it The Gentleman?
The Covenant.
Oh, see, I haven't seen The Covenant yet.
Wrath of
his,
Man.
His serious movie.
Yeah.
That movie was good.
Yeah, and then he did Wrath of Man before that with Jason Statham, and then it was The Gentleman prior to that.
Oh, right.
I feel like his only like true misses are King Arthur and did he do Robin Hood too? Did he do both of those?
I don't know if he did a Robin Hood movie.
I know he did King Arthur.
Yeah, he did
Legend
do
of
King
the
Arthur.
Sword.
he did the live action Aladdin, didn't he?
I like that movie.
Oh, okay. I'm glad someone did. Look, there are parts of that are really good.
I liked it. I'm not saying it's great.
No,
but
no,
I liked
but,
it.
Yeah. And then finally, the three body problem from the quote unquote creators of Game of Thrones. Look, the word creator needs to be maybe thrown around a little less.
Just say showrunners.
Just say showrunners. Yeah.
From the showrunners of Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Yeah. This looks completely confusing and
Do you know what the books are about?
vaguely.
Okay, so ironically, I joined a book club for this today, not knowing that the trailer came out today. I thought this trailer had been out for a long time. So it's about like the humans are sending if it's following the Chinese Revolution. Humans decide to send signals out into space, and an alien race that is losing a war and is like losing their home decides to invade Earth and take it instead, thus creating a giant quote unquote three body problem between attacker, Earth, and aliens. I may be out of turn here. That's my understanding of it.
Yeah.
Apparently it is like a hard sci-fi, and it is apparently incredible. Won a Hugo. It won between 2000 and 2010. It won Best Book of the Decade.
Wow.
This is a huge thing, and the fact that the Game of Thrones guys are going to this, I think, is good for them because this is complete.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I got absolutely none of that from the trailer. You watch the trailer and you honestly have no idea what it's about.
And that's probably okay.
I think it's lots of cool looking stuff, but
I'm very
there's
curious.
a weird Halo ring for a bit, and we were both like, "Oh, it's Halo." But I wasn't gathering that aliens were invading, and
Well,
Yeah.
it's a 3-book series.
Yeah.
So there's definitely
it's a
some
3
time.
body series.
Ooh,
The second book is called The Dark Forest. Which
that's
is,
a dope title.
I agree.
What's the first book called?
The 3-body problem.
What's
I'm
the
gonna
third book
rename
called? I'm
my
not sure.
current short script to
The Dark Forest.
Forest.
It's pretty good.
Stealing it now. Does it
Uh,
have anything to do with what I'm writing? No, but I don't care.
Yeah,
It's
no.
called The Dark Forest. What's it about? Rainbows and puppies.
Yeah, no. I will let you guys know as I read this book because I'm reading it in step with another book at the moment. But
Nice.
did it have a release date?
Maybe didn't look
This
or
year,
forgot.
I can look it up real quick if you wanna keep talking.
I can look it up on my computer. It's probably faster.
Ooh, it's a race. It's a race. Who's gonna get there first? Ooh,
March 21st.
Tyler.
Okay.
Tyler's the victor.
So it ends. My book club ends the day that show starts, which is kind of awesome.
Perfect.
I think that was the goal.
Probably
right?
intended. Yeah.
But pretty
Is
cool.
Is it the whole series or the first?
Just the
book?
first book.
Okay.
Nice.
It's
I'm loving
trying
the
to be
trend
like
of naming a series after the first book.
Yeah. That is the thing. But
The Chronicles of Narnia series on Netflix is actually just going to be called The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
So are you guys thumbs up or thumbs down in this?
Thumbs up.
I'll thumbs
Okay.
up it as well. It, like Luke said, it's got some pretty neat visuals, and I think the fact, like you talked about, it's a deep sci-fi. I don't think the trailer has to make that much sense.
I think it's a
I-
lot of mystery.
I
long as
do
the
think
show
that I
makes
do
sense.
think the next trailer needs to give us some sense of what's going on.
Yeah.
And
as long as this show makes sense,
Yeah.
and I don't finish it, I'm just like, oh, what's going on here?
yeah,
Like, it'll be okay.
agreed.
Like, I feel like if I watched the Dark trailer, I feel like I would. You haven't even seen that show. I know what it's about. I would just be like, what is the show about?
What am I watching right
But
now?
excuse
Great
me,
show.
what is this? Yeah,
Great show.
That is
Hoobity woody.
What's going on?
Anyways, Luke, did you have any other trailers?
I don't have any written down.
Great. That's all the trailers we have. Let's jump into our 2023 prediction recap. Luke is the keeper of the statistics, I believe.
I keep track of all of them just for record's sake.
So, yeah.
But
Boy.
So the statistician
y'all can
over
do
there.
your own.
I mean, I keep track of my own. But
I will do my own.
Okay.
Actually, technically, I have. It won't count, but one of mine is up for a asterisk point tonight,
Oh.
which is kind of fun.
Okay.
But I ended the year with 0 points.
Oh.
It was a bad year for me. But it was. I actually came kind of close to some.
Yeah.
But yeah, not a great year. Definitely my worst year. Cannot do worse.
That's good. Only up from here,
That's
baby.
right. That's
I'll
right.
just go through the 10 I had. I predicted The Flash would be rebooted in the new DCU with a video game. I thought that would be one of Gunn's announcements. Not even close. Predicted that Craven, and it was originally Madam Web, would
Mhm.
both be under 20% of Rotten Tomatoes. I changed it to Aquaman because Madam Web wasn't even scheduled for this year.
Right.
And then Craven got delayed. So that one just, no shot.
No shot.
I predicted, this is one that came close. I predicted another buy and sell attempt of WB.
Yeah.
And it was, I think, 2 weeks ago where they're like, they might do something with Paramount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like,
Is
What?
this your asterisk point one?
no. I'll
Okay.
get to that one here in a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, close on that one.
Close.
I predicted From Software would win Game of the Year with Armored Core 6. Didn't even win it, or it did win its category,
yeah.
but not Game of the Year. Wasn't even nominated. Let's see, where am I? Oh, this is the asterisk one. The Last of Us wins Best Dramatic Series at the Emmys. The Emmys are happening right now.
If they get it, I say yes.
I'll give it to you.
Oh, let's go.
Maybe not 0, baby.
I predicted this before the show
It's true.
aired.
Yeah.
It's true.
Like,
And the Emmys was
maybe
the one
we
that
had
never
one
got
episode.
a date. Like, we never knew when
Yeah.
the Emmys was going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just kept getting
They
moved.
and then they did the nominations, and then I think a week later everybody went on strike. So it was like great.
Dude, a lot of your predictions got moved because things just didn't happen.
Really, the strikes.
You know what? I'm okay with it
Really-
though, because those people went on strike for a good reason, and they're getting their money and they're
Protecting their careers.
protecting their careers.
That's
so
right,
I'm
that's right.
okay with it. Not gonna freak out because of our dumb little game. That means absolutely nothing.
Hey, I love our dumb little game.
I predicted Jedi Survivor would connect to The Force Unleashed, and that Star Killer would be in it.
Yeah.
Not even close.
No.
Great game though, super underrated. I predicted a Matrix reboot as a series.
I kind of hope that happens still.
I think it's a great idea.
I think it is too.
I think that would be fun.
I think it's a great concept that would work really well as a show.
Give it to HBO.
This is another one that kind of came close. Microsoft gives Halo to a new studio. This was even like, I feel like rumored for a little bit.
There were some
during-
rumors around that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then part 2 of that. I didn't do a lot of part 2s this year, but 343 would just start a new IP.
Oh.
Recore 2.
I mean, but
never
like,
played
wouldn't
it,
hate
but-
it.
Whomever's cast as the next Superman would be in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. They weren't. And then Destiny and animated series.
Announced.
Please
Announced.
just predict that every year.
No.
These days.
So, yep. Over 10. with an
Maybe
asterisk.
maybe 1 for 10.
Maybe 1 for
Maybe
10.
1 for 10.
Emmys might not be over, though, by the time this show ends.
You know,
tonight,
who
so.
knows? Who knows?
I'll jump through mine real quick.
Wow, wow.
Do you want to go next?
I want to go next.
Okay, you go next. That's fine.
Second place.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, Tyler crushed us this year.
Oh, my gosh.
We do have to talk about that when we get to me, though.
I had 2 predictions that were correct. They were Avatar 4 and 5 would be officially greenlit because at the time of making predictions, they had not officially been greenlit yet. My sub point, which I didn't get for that one, was that it would be announced that they were going to be directed by someone other than
Cameron.
Yeah, and I put Gareth Edwards or Peter Jackson out there. Still think they'd be great choices. And my other one was 65. The movie
Oh, baby.
has a 30% differential between critics and audience scores on Rotten Tomatoes.
Nice.
My prediction was 54% critics, 84% audience. The actual was 35% critics and 65% audience.
I can't believe.
I can't believe 65 got a 65%.
Audience score?
Audience
That's pretty
I can't believe
poetic.
he thought it was gonna be a 54 critic score.
I had a little more faith than I probably
In
should
Adam
have.
Driver's business decisions.
Yes.
That
I
dude was
don't
out there
know.
living, man.
I don't know.
He
So
said, "I could use a payday.
absolutely.
I could show up to work and not try for a week or 2."
Right. My other predictions were Bryce Dallas Howard would be announced as director for an upcoming Star Wars film, subpoint set in the Old Republic. We did get a kind of an Old Republic-y announcement, but
James Mangold.
yeah, not.
Dude, he's busy.
He's very busy.
Because he has that and Swamp Thing coming up.
Yeah.
And I'm sure unless one of those is next.
Who knows?
What else is he
Eternals 2 canceled. That movie is absolutely canceled. It just wasn't actually confirmed.
Yep, probably.
They never put the announcement out, so no points.
No points for me. A Harley Quinn film starring Margot Robbie would be announced, and it would feature Poison Ivy. Didn't happen.
I can't believe that hasn't been announced.
Like a Sirens movie. Yeah.
Yeah. I still think
with-
she'll continue to be.
With Margot talking here lately, I don't know.
Yeah.
She might go hide for a while.
True. That was something that kind of happened this week, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah. Oh boy, this is by far my worst prediction. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning beats out Fast X to be the highest grossing movie of the year.
Dude, I had that prediction too. Mine wasn't Fast X. Mine just was over $1 billion. But that was on my list too.
I actually got this sub point correct.
Did either of you even see that movie?
No, I did not.
Which one?
Mission Impossible?
Dead Reckoning?
Yeah.
I liked it.
I didn't get to see it.
I saw it alone, so I couldn't remember.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I didn't get to see
This
it.
freaking guy.
I think it came out when we were on vacation or something. Stephanie and I went and watched it.
You were in Florida, I think.
Yeah, I think it was like that weekend, and so we saw it the next
I was
week.
in Florida because I saw it early.
That's right.
Then I
you saw it before
bailed.
you left. Yeah.
You guys did the episode, and I was like, no, I'm going to see Mission Impossible.
That's right. I do remember that. My fifth prediction was a little vague. The streaming landscape starts to resemble cable, and I just don't think enough of these things really fell in line to be considered a.
I think if you would predict this year,
Absolutely,
you'd be right.
Yeah. I'm
Just
not
carry
going-
it over.
I'm not going
Just
to carry
money
this
in
one
the
over,
bank.
but yeah.
It's too easy.
Xbox launches a mobile app store.
That is another one you'd probably get right this year with the acquisition of Activision.
I am just too ahead of the game.
Yeah. You're always a year early.
I am. This is not totally true, but yeah.
This is why I write them all down, though, because we can look at old ones and be like, oh my gosh. Brett said
knew
this
it.
would happen 4 years ago.
We knew it was coming. Sony announces a PS5 Slim at $399.
Why the heck did you put that price
Why
on
did I
there?
put the price tag on it?
You would have got it. You
Gosh
could have
dang
beat
it.
Tyler.
Gosh.
I don't think so.
If Marvel would just announce that it was actually canceled, if people would have saw Dead Reckoning. No.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got too many points.
And then my final prediction was a major theater chain makes a distribution deal with a streaming service.
Didn't that just happen this past couple weeks? Didn't AMC get something?
I don't think so.
No. Never mind.
We're seeing more and more. I feel like we're seeing more and more streamers, especially from Apple,
Yeah.
have fairly lengthy theater runs. But there's not a distribution deal there with a select one.
How I feel like it's so strange that of all of them, Apple's like, no, we're just gonna release our movies in theater. Why wouldn't we?
Unceremoniously, then just throw it on their service.
Yeah.
Anyways.
AMC did do a distribution deal with Taylor Swift.
They did, and that is
That's
I was
what I was thinking of.
really excited about that
Yeah.
because I thought, oh, maybe this will lead to, AMC making a deal with someone else. I thought I had that in the bucket. No, didn't happen. So, yep,
Close.
2 for 10.
I may have a Taylor Swift prediction.
I feel like you could have been
2024's.
easily 6 for 10 though.
I feel like I was close.
Yeah, you were scratching the surface there
I
on a
was.
lot of those.
Tyler, tell us about your record-setting year.
So for starters, I just want to say, when we made these predictions, these feel like layups now, but when we made these predictions, they were definitely not layups.
The
we all
man is
agreed
an
that they
oracle.
were totally okay.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
My number one prediction: Amazon Luna will officially shut down. That did not happen somehow. Luna Stadia shut down last year. I thought Luna would follow suit, but it did
I can
not.
get Luna on my TV.
Wow.
Yeah, I have it on my Fire Stick. I don't sign up, but I see it pop up all the
And
time.
Xbox and PS5. I don't.
Yeah, exactly. Number two, Starfield will be delayed again. That happened.
Mm-hmm.
To Q3 2023. That also
That
happened.
happened.
So that was 2 points. This one was my full circle prediction that I was really happy about because I kind of had made a comment about this a couple years back. But David Cornsweet will be casted as Superman for the new movie. Nailed that one.
Yep.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem will be the first fresh Ninja Turtle movie ever. That's important context because it feels like a layup at this point, but it really wasn't. And I said the critic score would be greater than 75%. Both of those hit, that's 2 more points. This one feels so wrong now, and I almost feel like I shouldn't get points for it. Barbie will make more at the global box office than Black Adam. Greater than 450 million. I felt like that was setting a pretty realistic goal $450
time.
for a Barbie movie.
At
We were
the
like,
time.
okay.
Was Barbenheimer even a
No.
thing
At
yet?
that point, no.
No.
Like, did they have the same release date?
No.
I don't think so.
Or did one of them move after?
I want to say Oppenheimer moved.
I think so.
So
Man,
that did.
got to thank Nolan for that
Yeah,
one.
for sure.
You know what? No. Thank Greta for that one. Thank you, Greta.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Greta.
Greta.
Number
Good
6. So now I go on a little cold streak here. An Xbox first-party game will win Game of the Year. My prediction was Starfield. That didn't happen. Tears of the Kingdom will release with a higher Metacritic score than Breath of the Wild, 97%. Can you guess where it landed?
96.
96%. Xbox's acquisition of Activision Blizzard will officially be called off. That was wrong. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 will be the highest grossing film of the year, over $1 billion. That did not happen. This was,
It was
my
close. It was only like 700 million off.
yeah, I was almost there. This is my last one here. I did have a bonus one that I kept written down. I'll say it, but this was my last prediction, and it is a prediction I made every year prior in some form or fashion. The Division 3 will be announced. And in the most unceremonious way possible, the Division 3 was announced in 2023.
Oh, that's still the best announcement of the year.
It is. It is.
My bonus point on that would have been set in the Pacific Northwest, which obviously is still to be determined. I ultimately think that is what they will do,
I think so too.
but it won't matter. All that to say, I absolutely dominated in the prediction game this year. My bonus prediction was Joseph Kosinski would be announced for a Superman film.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, James Gunn said, hell to the no, I'm directing that thing.
Doing this
So
myself.
that did not happen. But yeah, it was a good year. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points.
Wow.
Winner, chicken.
Me and Brett
dinner.
combined still didn't beat you. I didn't help with my 0, but you know.
Yeah, it was interesting. I like looking back at these, like they felt like super lame predictions, but I don't know. I don't really feel like they were at the time. I would love to like go back and listen to that episode and be
Well,
like,
I bet lots of people like look back at geniuses inventing stuff back in the 1960s and they're like, I mean, it's power steering, man. It's not that big a deal.
right.
Right.
I think the one I'm most happy about is Corn Sweat though, because it started like 2020 when I watched Hollywood or whatever. I was like, man, he'd be a good Superman if Cavill ever decided to hang it up. And then it like happened 3 years later, and you're like,
What the
yo,
heck?
what? So it just made me feel good. Like maybe I had a good eye for something. But no, I did score more points than Dolphins, bro. That is accurate. That is accurate. Shout out.
Get wrecked,
So-
Dolphins.
So, yeah.
In talking about
I scored more than the
predictions-
temperature at the Chiefs game. You did.
Let's go.
predictions that were maybe made too soon. Both in 2020 and in 2022, I predicted that Jon Favreau would get a Star Wars movie.
That's pretty funny.
And guess what just got announced?
Spoilers for our news portion.
Oh, my bad, bro.
Yeah, I got it announced.
Come on, dog.
Um,
Would you have predicted that movie though?
no. No.
What would have been your bonus point,
For
or what was it? Did you have one?
I don't think I have.
Maybe we weren't doing the bonuses yet.
Well, in 2020 we weren't doing bonuses. In 22, I predicted that episode 10 would be announced and Favreau
Would be directing.
would be
it.
directing.
Here's some pretty funny look backs. In 2020, Amazon Game Studios will announce Arrival to Stadia. That would happen. In 2021, a Superman movie with Cavill returning will be announced.
What an idiot.
In 2021 also, Nolan will sign a first look contract with a different studio.
Did we all have that one?
I think we all had different studios. I had
I did.
Sony, you had Universal that year.
That's right.
2022, Cavill will cameo in a DC movie as Superman. I thought it was The Flash, but it ended up being Black Adam.
Shout out Skateboard Kid.
Skateboard
Oh, here's one. 2022.
Maybe my favorite DCEU character. He's in one of the worst movies, but maybe my favorite character.
Yeah, there were some fun ones. Namor being casted. Zack Snyder will be nominated for an Oscar was on my list.
Oh boy.
That was in 2022.
Never gonna happen.
There's some fun ones on there.
I'll tell you what, if you predict that this year, that'll be the boldest prediction.
It's not on my list this year. I got some pretty nasty ones on my prediction board this year. Though.
Let's move over.
Stop looking backwards and look forwards.
That's right, baby.
Predict the future.
Nice
So
segue.
Tyler wins 2023.
Yeah.
That means he gets to determine what
Color we're dyeing our hair.
Yeah, something, right?
Yeah, we'll
you get
think
to
on it.
You get to make us do something.
Yeah, we'll think on it. I think what I'd ultimately like to do is have Brett play control, but I just don't
We
think
already
it'll
did
ever.
that one.
I know, but it never happened. I think
Never live this down.
one of the things on my list, if I could individually pick things for you guys,
Ooh.
but we all have to do them together.
Okay.
Season of the Witch to watch with Luke
Destiny.
and I.
Yes! Finally, we're playing Destiny.
No. Halloween 2, 3.
3.
Yeah.
Season of the Witch.
Yeah.
Brett has to watch that with us.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Probably one of the greatest horror movies ever made.
I feel like that's one for sure. For Luke, I gotta think on it.
Well, there's no rush. You have a year.
I do have a year.
You have a year to figure it out. So, don't worry about coming up with it on the spot. But
What is that?
on
He
to
He winked at me. I'm nervous.
On to
Ooh, yeah, you better
2024.
get ready, big boy.
Whoa.
Luke.
Daddy Jill.
Are we doing like we've always done, where it's like he goes 1,
Yeah.
2, you do 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep,
cool,
we
cool.
will.
Snake?
And since Luke is the biggest loser,
He'll go
Yeah!
he gets to go first.
I'm the loser.
first. Let's do it.
I'd be getting L's. Yeah. Okay, I'm excited. All right, I'm gonna start off with one that won't happen, but it's probably one of my softest ones.
What?
Oh. Okay.
Listen, I'm either gonna go 10 for 10 or 0 for 10 again. Straight up.
I like
Like
it.
there's no in between.
I love it.
I'm predicting another reboot.
Oh.
I have a
um,
reboot too. Oh.
I'm predicting that the classic film, I think Kevin Costner or Kurt Russell, Waterworld is going to be rebooted.
Oh, let's go. Yeah,
yes.
you talked about this one for a while. Yeah.
I've had
have,
this
you
one
have.
written down for maybe 9-10 months. It was almost immediate, and I've been really excited. I actually think they could make something really cool. Just watch Mad Max and be like, let's do that on water. Which is the original concept, except it sucked.
Hey, water movies are in right now between all of the Avatars, and we've got some Aquamans, and we had a Black
Yeah.
Panther that was set. Okay, some of those didn't do well financially, but
I mean, some
Yeah.
of them came out during COVID.
some of them
So.
are also
Some of
of
them
the biggest movies.
Also did amazingly financially.
Yeah.
True. All right, jumping to me. My number one prediction. I think this is more wishful thinking, but I think this would be a cool shake-up in the gaming world. A sports title will be nominated for Game of the Year.
Whoa!
My pick for that, because I did do a bonus point on this one, EA Sports College Football. I think the hype surrounding its release, it's been over 10 years at this point. If they nail it, I think it'll get enough buzz to at least reach a nomination.
Yeah.
So that was my number one.
Nice.
That's my hopeful prediction.
Just nominated, not
yes,
winner.
not winner, just nominated.
Yeah.
That'd be a big deal because there
Big
has not been
distinction there.
there's not been a traditional sports game in the Game of the Year contender.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been single player games or bigger, and sports has its own category.
Or Overwatch.
Or Overwatch, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Or was Fortnite? No, can it be nominated? It's still in beta, right?
Something
That's
like
true. Maybe it'll come out of beta 6 years from now and
No.
win Game of the Year.
that.
Impossible.
Just for this.
Because then they'll have to charge people.
My number one prediction, and quote unquote major, so not like, well, a major streaming service is killed.
Ooh.
And quote unquote major means anything,
One of the big ones?
something that gets advertised
There's
to
obvious.
the general public.
There's obvious ones.
I'm not talking about Crunchyroll. I'm talking
Crunchyroll's
about
major.
Crunchyroll will be the last one to die.
Yeah, Crunchyroll's probably the biggest one.
Okay, fine.
That's a bad example.
Bad example.
You more mean like
Do you have one you are predicting though?
I don't.
I mean, you could just pick one.
what's the one
might
that
as well.
the Butler of Batman one was on? Epics?
I'm gonna say Stars. Is that big enough?
Sure, it's big
Sure.
enough for me. I don't
Okay.
give a crap.
3V and 2B are safe, I think. Are those aren't like 2B's like free.
I think they're both.
They're both
free.
Yeah, they're
free.
both free.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're safe.
Okay.
Stars is pretty old too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It did well before there was streamers everywhere.
I feel like I even remember
And it's a plug-in on most major.
a news story about how something was coming out on Stars and it got moved over to Paramount or something. So I just think
Was it that
that's
that
wrestling
inspired
show?
you.
maybe.
Was it a wrestling show?
Maybe.
The
Those heels?
Heels.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe. All right, so I get to go again, right?
Yeah.
If we're doing Snake.
Double down.
Double down. We'll do a gaming one.
I have a lot of gaming ones this year.
Oh, good.
Gaming.
Pete Parsons steps down as Bungie CEO. After Final Shape. It would be my bonus point, I guess.
Brett's going for the win this year, baby.
That's a good one.
That is a
Maybe
good
it's
one.
maybe it's a softball, but Final
no,
Shape?
I don't think it is because CEOs love money.
that is true.
True.
Whether Final Shape
willing
is
to
good
lay
or
off his
not,
whole
I
team
think it
for
would be a
Can I ask a
A
question?
natural breaking point.
natural breaking point.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Steps down distinction from fired or asked to leave.
I think it's publicly. I think it's an amicable. I am stepping away and going to focus on something else, and
So more
I'm excited for
more Bill Belichick than Pete Carroll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I absolutely if
Maybe 5 people understood that.
if
It's okay.
The 5 who listen, maybe.
Woo.
if Final Shape it doesn't do well, then it's again it's obviously like we need a change of leadership. If Final Shape does do well, I still think it's probably something that is being discussed anyways, and it's a natural break, like what Tyler said, natural breaking point.
I like
I
it.
think that's a good one. I'm just gonna put the point in now.
Tyler, what's your next one?
So this is where they start to get a little gross.
I like them gross.
Warner Bros. Will sell the Harry Potter IP
What?
to Universal.
You insane man.
Is that part 2?
The Universal's the part 2. Yep. Here's my justification.
Universal Studios.
That also they do a lot of timed deals where they put the Harry Potter films on Peacock. So that relationship is definitely there. I could see them. Warner Brothers is hurting for cash.
Clearly.
They've invested in DC a lot lately. Like Harry Potter has been kind of rocky since I know they announced the show, but it's been a little rocky since the Fantastic Beasts movies. It just seems like a good time for it. And they'd get a lot of money if they sold it, which is clearly what they're trying to do since they're writing off movies left and right.
Wow.
Sell their probably second biggest IP.
That's crazy. You know what though?
I can see it happening.
Down here, one of my bonus ones, depending on if we have duplicates and I need to throw one in, it's not that far off from what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So
He's got Cell DC on there. No.
Probably. I started to write Cell DC.
you'll hear it at the end no matter what.
Yeah.
So Luke,
Oh, it's my turn.
number 2, baby.
Double dip time, baby boy.
This is an acquisition of a major studio.
Oh.
Well, mid-major. I think Lionsgate is going to be bought by one of the major studios.
Ooh.
This is one I think I've talked about a little bit too.
Yeah.
I feel like I've said
well,
all my predictions on the
Over
show
the
already.
course of the year, yeah.
And when we've talked about Lionsgate before, I think I had a prediction a couple years ago about Apple maybe trying to acquire a studio, and I thought
Wasn't it
Lionsgate,
Lionsgate or MGM?
It was Lionsgate.
Okay.
Was the one I put. It's just the right size that it's not going to break anyone's bank to buy it, and they've got some good properties.
Hunger
If
Games.
if you're a major publisher studio looking for IP to recycle,
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
Oh, I get to go again.
you do.
You do.
All right, I'm bringing back an old one. I think this is from the first time we did predictions. It was bold then, and I think it's still bold. Metroid Prime 4 trailer.
I don't know if this game's even still happening at this point.
That's why it's bold. Be bold. Part 2, release date of spring 2025.
Oh my gosh, I love it. No, it's great.
Keeping my dream alive.
Dude, I feel that.
I think they're gonna see that Metroid Prime remastered, reviewed great again, because it's always been a good game.
Right.
And that it sold well. They'd be like, oh, yeah. Let's
Easy
maybe start
dollars.
working a little harder on this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Easy dollars. Awesome. I hope it happens for your sake. All right. This one, like, I felt sick writing this one down. Like, I wrote it down and I was like, this makes me feel awful. And this one will be near and dear to Luke's heart. And I know Luke would be very averse to this. But I don't know. It just feels like in a time of reboot-quels,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is not far away from happening. Back to the Future reboot-quel will be announced.
Yeah.
With Zemeckis returning to direct. Is my part 2 on that.
Reboot. Cool. Sure.
That is, I don't think that second part's safe, but the first one, that's a
I
good
just feel like
prediction.
with
Part 3, Tom Holland is. And everybody goes, ah, dang it!
I think I would go, dang it, if they announced this.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
I
for sure.
don't want this.
This will never happen.
I hope not.
Not while Zemeckis is alive.
Does he own part of it?
I think so.
Oh, maybe. If he can keep a hold of, he won't.
While him, Christopher Lloyd, and
I just think it's weird to try and reboot
what's
something that's that iconic. Like, Luke and I, maybe a little bit later, will talk about how we watched episode 1 of True Detective season 4. And, like, that's Ferris Bueller, but it's the same idea, right? Like,
Yep, he has officially stated he would block all attempts to remake a reboot.
there's just films like that I think have such a
That's why reboot-quel is important.
reboot.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
So if somebody wants to make a 4th one,
So, and how old is he?
yes, I don't know.
80s.
So in 20 years, in 10 and a half, 10, 15 years, it'll happen.
71.
Oh, okay. We've got 20 years probably. We're fine.
Yeah, I felt gross writing that down.
Yeah, if that gets announced, I will vomit.
There's another
So steer clear if it gets announced live on the show, like breaking news.
Oh my
There's
gosh.
another one later on where I actually wrote vomit next to it.
Oh
So
my gosh. Tyler, I love this. Despicable Me 4 is the highest grossing film of 2024.
Gross. Those minions freaking piss me off, dude.
The Minions make money, man. And they continue to make money. Maybe that's a softie, I don't know.
Well, no, I don't think so.
I think it's a fairly competitive year.
Was anybody going to predict that Barbie was going to be the big smoothie year, though? Like, you just, at this point, I feel like you really have no idea.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
yeah, the market is so
No,
up and down.
I look at the films that are coming out and I'm like, how many of those are even going to reach $1 billion? Because typically you can be like, okay, if there's,
Would you have thought Mario was going to?
I wouldn't have thought Mario was going to. So
Yeah.
animated still hits and the Minions are popular.
And Illumination has something going on with their recipe.
Yep. Ooh, this one's gross. Maybe a little vomit. A major game
grossness.
publisher announces a game built with AI. Like that is a
gross.
marketing. It's a major part. It's not like because I think we've already heard that something has like maybe it's the finals has an AI voice, but like the game is not built with AI. That's
Yeah, I'm
An
staring into the
aspect of
camera with a
AI.
gross look on my face. That's disgusting. Honestly, though, I don't feel like it's that outlandish.
Wasn't there that thing about game artist signing a AI contract.
An anti-AI contract or something?
No, I think it's
Oh.
pro AI, and
Oh.
all the voice actors are like, "We absolutely did not agree to this." Like I think they're
Probably.
like, "We never even saw this."
Yeah.
like this is fake. It's AI.
It is the AI.
Ugh.
All right, Tyler, back to you.
I don't like this one as much. I'm gonna say it. I don't think it's that outlandish.
Watch y'all predicting stuff you don't want.
I think this might be a softball,
It's Depression era.
especially after the news today. A new Halo game will be announced, like not an expansion, but like a straight up Halo game, like not Halo Wars, not Spartan Assault. Like this
Halo
is Halo
6.
7.
Oh, yeah.
Like a Halo 7 will be announced, whatever
Halo
the title
Infinite
is. 2,
2.
Back in the Saddle.
Yeah.
Back in the habit.
No, I thought about writing that one down as well, Tyler.
And I said it'd be announced at the Summer Xbox Showcase.
Nice. All right.
So-
You want to know why I didn't write that down?
Because of the news today?
Kind
Because
of.
I almost deleted it because of the news
Kind
today.
of. I still don't think they know what they're doing with that with Halo.
Which is why I think they'll do it.
I just think it's too early to announce anything.
I don't think they care.
Someone at Microsoft like, we just gotta make sure it's in the news.
They announced Elder Scrolls 6 5 years ago.
That's true. That's
When
a good
they don't
point.
know what they're doing, announce something.
Fair enough.
Get the people talking. Let the internet tell you what you should do next.
It's a strategy. It's not a good strategy.
Marvel did so well with it.
Can't wait to see Harry Styles.
Yeah! Star Fox!
Dude, that's my favorite character.
Him and Pip.
No, just Harry Styles.
Just Luke, you're up.
Okay. There's 3 Sony spin-off Spider-Man movies coming out.
Oh,
this
let's
year.
go, baby.
That's right.
2 of them will be under 20% on Rotten Tomatoes. Part 2, 1 will be under 10%.
Any predictions to which?
This isn't part of it. The part 2 was the 10%, but
Okay.
I think the 2 that will be under 20 will be Madam Web and Kraven. I think Venom 3 might
Be under 10?
be kind of like how the second one was, and people are like, "Oh, we kind of like this." No, I think it could be positive,
Oh.
or even like 50.
See,
Because people liked Venom 2 for some reason.
I thought your prediction was going to be there are 3 Sony Spider-Man spin-off movies coming out. 2 of those will be under 20%. 1 will get delayed to 2025.
Has Venom even started filming yet?
They have to have, right?
For Venom 3,
Yeah. If it's coming out this year,
I don't think they really filmed that hard on him. If I'm being completely honest, I think it's kind of a
that's
one
a
and
good
done.
point.
The last movie was only 90 minutes long.
Yeah.
Most of it was.
I mean, to be fair, a
Not
lot
that
of that
interesting.
film with as effects heavy as it is, I'm sure there's a lot of work that goes in pre-production to kind of put the films together, and then they just film the parts. I mean, that's how every movie's made to some degree, right? But yeah, they could be well into
heck,
production
maybe
even
Morbius
without
2 will
having
come out of nowhere.
Let's go off the top
There'll
rope.
actually be 4 movies.
stealth release Christmas Day to,
Oh
to
my
compete with
gosh.
Nosferatu.
Oh.
Perfect counter programming. Oh, you want an interesting vampire? Go see Nosferatu. You want Jared Leto?
Oh,
Is that, you got another one.
I
right?
got another one. The Warner Bros. Discovery insurance shenanigans will lead to some type of law or rule or something where you cannot commit insurance fraud off of a main movie. You either have to shelve it
Mike.
or release it.
Look, I don't
can't-
have
you
that much
can't-
faith in our justice system, but I sure hope you're right. I sure hope this prediction comes true.
Well, there was the dude who was investigating it. He's like, I'm looking into this. I think
Does
he
it-
was like a
doesn't mean anything's gonna come
Indiana
of it.
governor or something.
Yeah. No, I that's a great one.
This one might be which I feel like I went with things I
You
want.
want to happen?
I want these so
And I went with stuff that I don't want to happen.
We're the pessimists
I'm
over here.
sad. Not gut tears.
Yeah, essentially like being like burning and destroying the movie will no longer be an option.
Yeah.
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 That would be good.
I think it would be. I agree.
That'd be a good
Come
one.
on, don't let me down. Don't let me down, world, just for once.
Here you go. So here, my next one here. This is not a bonus point one. Okay.
Okay.
Not a bonus point one. So just let me pause for dramatic effect. Gear 6 will be announced in the summer. Also coming to PlayStation.
What? Oh.
Not a bonus point.
So just that
That's
whole
Just
thing
that Gear 6 will be announced will also be coming
coming
to PlayStation.
I like it. I like how you leaned into what was probably a pretty softball question or prediction and said, but I'm gonna make it a little bit more difficult on myself.
I'm going to
Watch
make
Gear
it very
6 ain't
difficult on myself.
Gear 6 ain't
However-
even going to be announced this year.
Dude, I would lose my mind. Okay, so this is like the one prediction I do want minus the PlayStation thing.
Right.
Like, how has Gear 6 not been announced yet?
I don't know,
This is
man.
2024.
I don't know, man.
It will be announced, but it will come to Nintendo.
That would be awesome, actually. I would love to watch Nintendo Switch's, like, ignite with fire for trying to play that game. Yeah, no, I thought the
Oh.
PlayStation... This is the one I wrote vomit next to. I don't know, man. I have a feeling... Like, I know there's the rumors flying around about Hi-Fi Rush going to the Switch or whatever, and people are freaking out.
Great game.
Great, yeah. But, like, I feel like Xbox has been like, yeah, you know, we've lost the console war. Or, Like, they came out and said that.
Yeah,
Right? Like,
yeah.
PlayStation's selling 3-1. How do they get back at that? You put your titles on other consoles.
You make a mobile app store. Oh wait,
That
didn't-
too.
That didn't work.
But, like,
No, that's happening this year.
That's
I
right.
You
try-
predicted it last year.
I try to think of, like, what titles make sense to move.
Yeah.
As much as I would hate it, Gears going to PlayStation isn't that outlandish to me. Like, it wouldn't be Halo.
I think there's a good. I think that's one of those.
Why
that
else
it's
have
a-
they delayed it this long?
I don't know, man. But even from like a market share perspective, like, what does PlayStation have that is the same as Gears?
Nothing.
They don't, right? So like, you can tap into a whole audience who doesn't have that on PlayStation.
Right.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
It keeps it valuable on the Xbox console
Because it's
with
on Game Pass. Yeah.
And if you're not on Game Pass, they can still get $60 from you by
Sell them to you on
selling it to
PlayStation.
you on PlayStation. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't think it is, as much as it pains me to say, I don't think it's that outlandish.
No, I agree.
And it's
I
the
agree.
one Microsoft IP I think they do it with.
Hellblade.
It's a good one, too.
That would be. I have a. Okay, my next prediction: Deadpool 3 resets the MCU. And I'm going to expound on this a little bit because I think that's vague.
Deadpool kills the MCU?
I think what it means to me is after Thunderbolts and Captain America: New World Order, you will not have to have seen any previous MCU movies to hop back. That will be kind of the thing. You don't have to have 15 years worth of knowledge to enjoy our movies now. That's what Deadpool 3 is going to do to the MCU. That's the goal.
Will they accomplish that goal, though?
Absolutely not.
Not a prediction, but a question.
Absolutely not.
It's a valiant ideal to strive for.
Imagine being the person who just didn't see Deadpool 3. You're just like, where are all the characters that I... What happened?
What in the
That's
world?
not Ant-Man.
Okay, I get to do another one. Let's see. Which one do I want to pick?
Oh, I'm just going
Ooh,
down my list.
here's a fun
Yeah, me
one.
too.
I'm kind of bouncing around. Netflix passes on Zack Snyder's next film that's not already in production. So
I started to write this down.
Netflix has a first look deal with Snyder. I think whatever he cooks up next that's not already in production.
That's already got 6 movies in a comic book.
They pass, and I don't know if someone else makes it or not, but
Vimeo or whatever.
I don't, because
no, what's his?
I don't
Vero?
know who makes a Zack Snyder film outside of Netflix right now.
Vero does. True
Amazon
Social.
Prime. There, my part 2 is it's Prime picks it up.
I hope Prime has better taste than that. Sorry, that's mean.
Netflix. I'm just gonna put cancels first look deal.
I was gonna put that Netflix after this second part of Rebel Moon. Netflix abandons
Abandons
the Rebel Moon project.
I think that's a safe bet.
Yeah, I didn't write it down, but I definitely had it
Yeah.
typed out and considered, and then I removed it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine, Luke.
Doesn't honor the first look or something.
Not done on first look. After.
I mean, here's the deal, right? Like, it doesn't
In-
cost Netflix
God.
necessarily anything more, I don't think, to continue that first look deal.
No.
So, like, they won't necessarily be like, oh, we're canceling our first look deal. It would be,
We don't want this one.
we don't want this one.
Yeah. I
Or
gotcha.
or if he goes to and announces a first look deal with Amazon, then, you know, it's kind of
Netflix,
it's kind of
like-
the same thing, but in a different way.
He'll go make Henry Cavill's Warhammer stuff. Since that's what he wants to make anyways. That's what half of Rebel Moon's
No.
lore is.
He's making the Fortnite movie. That's what Zack Snyder keeps getting asked about Fortnite.
Why?
Somebody's like, "Would you make a Fortnite movie?" He's like, "Yeah."
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Look it up.
Fortnite's colorful. He wouldn't want to do that.
No, too much saturation there.
No. But this is Zack Snyder's Fortnite.
Ah,
That's an
Epic
important
Games
distinction.
Fortnite.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
yeah. He would get to have Master Chief like unpeel that banana man.
Is that a euphemism?
And then
It
rape
wasn't,
him.
but now that I think about it, maybe
He would
it
add-
could
he would
be.
add some-
Genuine question.
he would
Was
add
that a
some rape
euphemism?
in there too, you know.
Yeah, right.
Because he has to. Was that 2?
That was 2.
All right. Here's another gaming one, and it involves Xbox. Nintendo and Xbox will announce a partnership that allows some games to be on both platforms. Example of games, this is my part 2, the Mario Rabbids.
Yeah.
So those kind of games.
Yep.
Not like Zelda and all that. I don't think that will be in between the two, but stuff like Mario Rabbids, Mario Sega Olympics, those kind of
Olympic.
games will come to Xbox as well.
No, nice. I've been predicting a Xbox
Nintendo
Nintendo
deal,
thing
yeah.
since 2020, and
Never happens. It's
Hasn't
my
happened
turn.
yet.
I'll pick up that
you
torch,
get to
Brett.
be disappointed this year.
I will pick up that torch for you.
Ah.
All right,
This
Luke,
one
you're up.
has a title.
Ooh, what?
It's called The Destiny Killer.
Oh, here we go. Here we
No
go.
D2 expansion for 2025. Sony puts D2 in maintenance mode and moves essential employees onto Marathon.
Marathons.
They're
the
going
Destiny
to
Killer.
essentially what they're going to do
Yeah.
is they're going to be like, it's episodes this year, and after that it's kind of just
We maybe
quality. Look, they'll just
yeah,
do
they-
we're
little
going to do
updates.
patch fixes.
we may have some of those limited time events, but they're not going to be changed at all. It's going to be
Yeah.
kind of the recycled
It's going to be the
content,
Dawning.
and yeah,
It's going to be
Guardian Games is back.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same.
Trials of
way as it was
Osiris
in-
this weekend, but next week it's Iron Banner.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's going to be basic stuff for D2 because I think the Final Shape is, or mainly the year after Final Shape is not going to do well financially for what they are expecting. And they're going to put every egg they can into Marathon because they need it to pop off at launch.
Boy,
They'll just leave a skeleton crew on Destiny.
yeah. I think that's a good prediction, Luke. And Marathon is not the game I would have expected. You know, if this comes to be, Marathon is just not the game that I would expect them to do that with.
I think,
But it's what they have.
yeah.
That's
And
next up, ready and cooking. So
I think we'll get to it later when we talk about Halo. You kind of already brought it up, but with them shelving stuff, mainly because it doesn't seem relevant anymore.
mm-hmm.
You see lots of D2 players being like, this is why I'm worried about Marathon.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because it feels like they're
They're behind.
10 years late almost
Yeah.
to the extraction shooter game.
Yeah.
I mean, Bungie is innovative with their new stuff, so it gives hope, but at the same time, it's like, is this too late?
I want to
Too
know.
little, too late.
I just feel like you either have to be, but the most massive. You get to be Fortnite, right? Like with this kind of always online thing. Destiny has been that, but it's clearly not doing well. And or the best-selling single-player game of all time, aka anything Sony puts out.
Destiny just costs too much money to make.
There just seems like I don't know what the future of gaming is, right? Like, I know it's always an ebb and flow, but like, what are the next 5 years really going to be? Is it a return to single player?
Oh, be so awesome. I feel like we went through we might even be in it, an RPG phase.
Mm-hmm.
Every game is
Yeah.
open world. And there's also, maybe just more for multiplayer, it was massive online groups
Yeah.
play together.
Yeah.
Whether that's Battle Royale, Extraction, whatever all you kids are doing with that
Battlefield
stuff.
with their giant lobbies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm curious. I'm surprised, honestly, the Overwatch style didn't pick up more.
The arena shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it was Valorant, and everybody was like, we're going to go do this thing instead.
Mm. Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm just really curious where the landscape moves. I'm with you.
Yeah.
But
Was
it
that-
won't be in Destiny 2.
Was that your
And-
second for this?
No, that was my first one.
Okay.
This one is kind of a spin-off of one of yours last year.
Okay.
But I made it a little more specific, and the part 2 of it, I think it's so cool, and I would honestly love it. If anything on here came true, it would honestly be number 2. But
This is what you hope it's it.
I think it would be so cool, because I think it'd be a fun experiment. Harley and Ivy Christmas special announced for HBO Max.
Oh man.
Ooh.
Part 2, written by James Gunn, directed by Margot Robbie.
I like it.
I like it too.
She is an awesome actress.
Mm-hmm.
She's a fantastic producer, and I would love to see what she can do when her hand is driving the truck.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, and especially with a character she cares so much about.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it's like what made me think about it was James Gunn did it for Guardians of the
Guardians.
Galaxy. Like, it can be a 30-minute thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'd be so cool.
Agreed.
Plus, like, Christmas Harley and Ivy. It's classic.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I like
Do
that
it.
idea.
I love it.
Don't stop acting, Margot. People love you. You are not annoying.
Yeah, I agree.
Man, she said that, and I was like, no.
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 You're one of the refreshing ones who take on different kinds of roles and do different things. So please don't.
Don't confuse being annoying with just being in the most popular movie of the year.
And being successful.
Yeah.
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 I appreciate your work, and I would love more. Specifically as Harley.
So here's one. My next one. I have zero faith in happening this year,
Let's go. These are my favorite.
but it is relevant.
Okay.
We love our boy Mikey Flanagan's.
Yes.
Mike Flanagan's Dark Tower series at Amazon will cast its gunslinger. Part 2, no idea.
Ah.
Rahul Kohli.
That would be sick.
Would be awesome.
That's my... Putting that in.
Put it down.
Backups.
I'll let you write it for me. Rahul Kohli.
You want it?
Sure. Let's
Let's
do
do
it.
Mike Flanagan will cast its
Gunslinger.
He's the hero, right?
Yeah.
The man in black's the bad guy.
Correct.
I didn't spell that right, but it's okay.
The man in black crossed the desert. And the gunslinger followed. End chapter.
Anyway,
Start next
I
chapter.
started blasting. I like that.
I like that too.
I really want that series.
I think there's just so much mystery around whether it will or when it won't happen. It's like, well, I'll throw it on there. Maybe I could speak it into existence.
That's right.
Because I do want that series. I think it'll be interesting to see what Flanagan brings to it. And I'll be interested if Stephen King will play his character from the books.
I think if anyone could get him to do it, I mean, Flanagan is just a well-liked enough creator, creative director, writer. I think you could convince him.
Plus, I mean, Flanagan did Dr. Sleep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a relationship.
And there's a
there.
relationship there.
Notoriously did not like The Shining. Know what he did really like? Dr.
Sleep. Yeah.
Do you guys know who Stephen King plays in the book?
No.
He plays himself.
Oh, well, see,
He plays
be
himself as when he was an alcoholic,
perfect.
and they visit him.
Bro, spoilers.
Oh.
It's in like the 6th book, I think.
Yeah, there'll be season 6.
There's some wild.
All forgotten it
There's
by
some
then.
wild stuff in the Dark Tower series, boys. I don't think we are ready for what he's gonna tie together with that.
Maybe you should just do more cocaine when you write that.
Maybe. Maybe. Coke and alcohol. See what you got. Yeah, I'm gonna switch it. I'm gonna add Raul Coley. Luke, thank you for helping me finish that prediction.
No problem. He's kind of like
He's becoming
he's
Flanagan's
the
boy.
Emily Blunt, but for males for me.
Yeah.
It's like who should we cast for this male character? Raul Coley.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Just do
He's
it.
great.
Yep. Absolutely.
He is a good actor.
Still, I think he'd be the best Mr. Fantastic.
He'd be
It
good.
wouldn't be, except for last year, it wouldn't be a prediction if a prediction game without Brett saying something about the Oscars. So this year, my prediction for the Oscars is that The Holdovers is like the underdog, come from behind and wins the most Oscars. Not necessarily the biggest Oscars.
But the
it's
most.
not winning Best Movie or Best Picture, but overall, I think it sneaks away with the most.
I like it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
I'm gonna. How crazy do I want to get?
Just go for it. Well, I mean,
Easton says
unless
not
you-
predicting another slap.
I
We're
predict
probably due for one of those.
part two.
part two.
Part
Will
2.
Smith hosts the Oscars.
I was gonna say part 2. Everyone is disappointed by the host.
It's gonna be Joe
Easiest.
Coy.
Easy.
His redemption
Oh.
tour.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna end on my craziest one. I think I'm gonna
this
save
number-
my last
Yeah, you
one
got
for
it,
my
you got
last.
Wait, you're in.
Hopefully, I steal it.
This
right
is your
before.
10th?
No.
Oh, okay.
He's
Okay.
doing-
Oh, that's right.
this
You're
is
jumping
set.
around.
This is 8. Yeah.
It's like, what?
I'm gonna say. See, I've got like 3 or 4 extras that I'm kind of like. Now
I-
I'm kind of digging into those.
I did
thinking,
that
like, do
the
I
last
really
couple
wanna
of
use
years,
those?
and I stopped doing it because I end up not knowing what to pick.
Yeah, and now I'm in the moment. I'm not doing that one. I think I'm saving that one for last. So I'm gonna say, Xbox stealth releases Hellblade 2.
Thursday?
Oh.
I don't know when.
Direct is
It-
on Thursday.
They have a direct on Thursday, but they could do it over what when the grave of E3, whatever happens in that kind of time frame when they do a announcement thing too.
They
in the
are
spring,
being real hush
spring
on that
summer.
release
They
date.
have been very hush on that release date, yeah.
Yeah.
Just like 2024.
When?
I think this Thursday what they'll do is
I think this Thursday
do a musical act,
feels
show a
too
little bit of
soon,
gameplay,
but-
and then say 2024 at the end.
Everybody's gonna be like, yeah! No, it's gonna say 2025, and everybody's gonna be like,
Oh, delayed.
Dude,
I
they
should've
would get a
predicted the
lot of
delay.
flack.
they would. That would be really bad.
Okay, so am I up?
Yep.
I'm up. Okay, this one. Shout out to my wife. I let her make a prediction on my list this year. But, I hit so many last year. I was like,
Alright.
Dana, I need a prediction. So she hit me with
Wow,
Taylor.
no faith in your wife.
Taylor Swift. I think this is actually like a softball, honestly. Surprise drop for Taylor Swift. She will release Reputation and her self-titled album at the same time,
Ooh.
like a stealth drop.
Yeah,
That was Dana's.
she's been doing stealth drops. so-
Courtesy of Dana, I wrote down. So she loves the prediction game. She loves when she played it. So she was like, "Can I get one on your list this year?" And I said, "You know what? Sure." Well, that's hers.
I love it. It's
It's
great.
kind of lame. I don't really care for that, but
It's Dana's version.
it's Dana's version. There you go. Gross.
Oh, Luke, your final 2.
My final 2. This is where it gets spicy because neither one of these is happening. A different studio acquires the rights to reboot Anthem.
Oh, you've said this one before too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting the Anthem reboot.
Who's
baby.
the
Luke is
studio?
really reaching for.
I have no idea. I think it'll be still under the EA brand, but it won't. It just won't be BioWare.
Who's doing Iron Man?
Probably not EA.
No, EA's
No,
doing it.
EA's
Oh,
doing it.
yeah?
I'm not sure which
Yeah.
team though.
I have no idea. It's only a part 1. Like there's no. I can't even think of another studio besides Bungie ever. So
What's Motive been up to?
what does Motive make?
They just put out Dead Space remake.
It's maybe not exactly up their alley.
Well, the game before that was Star Wars Squadrons.
Yeah, maybe more up their alley than we think.
Yeah,
Here's-
maybe it's
here-
EA Motive. They're a good studio,
They are
dude.
a good studio.
That'd be if they got Anthem, they'd be in good hands.
I could see something like the studio that did Immortals of Avium through the EA Originals
Yeah.
title.
Mm.
One of
Maybe
the Wild
something like
Hearts
that.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those studios.
But yeah, that is something I want so bad. It's just not gonna happen. But American Dream, right?
I love it that you're still hopeful for this.
Yeah, me too.
Dude, they started to try and fix it, and they're just like, nah. So lame.
Sunken costs, man. They bailed.
Get out.
They even had Joe Latruglio in it. He was just like,
BioWare, bunch of quitters.
I remember when you see him in the game and he's like, his eyes are so big in that game. Like, they're big in real life, but they're way bigger in that game.
That game had some of the best fluid combat I've ever played, and it was so great. Okay, this is my last one. I think if you watch this show, you know what's coming. There's no denying it. Tom Cruise space movie will film on the moon. It's not going to happen this year, but it's going to be announced that he's like, we're working with NASA to actually send me to the moon and film stuff. Part 2. Directed by Chris Nolan. I think Chris Nolan wants to be part of the greatest cinematic stunt and achievement ever made.
Is this before or after Live, Die, Repeat 2?
That's never going to happen.
This is actually Tom Cruise's escape plan from getting away from Earth.
Oh, to go live with
Just,
the
he's
lizards?
just
Tom Cruise is like, I want to film this in space on the space station. And this whole time he's like, send me to the moon. They're trying to land on the moon by 2026. Let's go.
The moon or Mars?
Moon.
Oh,
Gotta land on the moon again before we can get back to Mars.
I thought we had made a whole big deal about Mars.
Yeah, we gotta land on the moon so we can set up a base so we can
I'm so glad
go to the moon then to Mars.
you're
Listen,
more on
I'm
top
okay.
of this than me.
All right, I'll jump to my number 9 here. How am I going to end up going last? I'm so confused.
It's the way it works, baby.
Anyways,
That's the way it works.
the simulation rights to NFL games will officially be shared between EA and another studio.
Oh.
For reference, EA has held simulation football rights since 2005. The other studio being 2K. 2K does have arcade rights right now, but they do not have simulation. So,
I mean, if you're gonna pick anyone,
2K is the
one
logical
to do
choice.
it.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I think Madden has floundered enough that maybe this is the year they finally make that call.
Yeah.
We saw the MLB step in for the show a couple years ago and say, look, you need to release it on more consoles. I think the NFL's recognizing their brand more than ever right now, and they need to make sure that's in a nice, tight-knit place.
It's all about the brand, baby.
Yep.
All about that.
All about the brand.
Okay, my last two. First one is we get an announcement of a new Wizarding World film. So this is set in the Harry Potter world that is focused on a young Severus Snape.
Ooh. Snape.
Severus Snape. Bonus point, Adam Driver to star.
Dumbledore. Young Severus Snape. Adam Driver. Do you think there'll be a 30% Rotten Tomatoes?
Probably. Probably. And then my final and biggest prediction. I don't know how it comes apart, how it happens. Maybe Luke's earlier prediction sets this up.
Huh?
Warner Bros. Discovery is dissolved, split up, sold off.
Bye, Felicia.
and that might not all happen, but like the process of it starts to happen this year. I think with
It's dead.
Wait, what did you say? I'm sorry.
Warner Brothers Discovery is
Oh, okay.
split up.
Split off.
It's
and sold
full, like
for-
it's
stripped
basically
and sold for parts.
whatever maybe there's some investigation, maybe it's another attempt at sell and it gets blocked by and the problem is realistically this is probably a 3-year process,
Are you
right?
looking up the space movie?
And
No, I'm looking at
so it won't happen this year, but I just think that
the motion.
the
will
motion
start.
has I think the motion has started. I think we see the first real evidence of it this year. So
Like it. I like it.
That will be crazy. That is like the oldest studio. What them
nothing's
and-
sacred anymore.
It's like them, Columbia, and Paramount. Or like the three. Aren't they?
And Columbia is owned by Sony now, and I guess Paramount still is Paramount, technically owned by someone, aren't they?
CBS.
Surely they're owned by a global conglomerate.
Yeah. All right, number 10 for me. That'll wrap us up, huh?
Yep,
Do it.
You guys familiar with Bed Bath and Beyond?
absolutely.
Are we getting a Bed Bath and Beyond movie?
No. So you know how
Bed Bath and
they,
Beyond shared universe.
you know how they filed for bankruptcy, closed all their stores, and only had an online store?
Yeah.
I think another store goes that way. Best Buy.
Ooh.
I think Best Buy will file for bankruptcy and close physical stores by Q4.
What a unique prediction for this game, and I love it.
That is a good one.
It is.
Got to admit that one is spicy.
Spicy.
Goes online.
Ooh, I already have a
All the
2025 prediction now.
Goes
based
online
on that.
just fine. Night time, anytime. Get your degree. Set yourself free. National American University. Is that not what you said?
No.
No, the best part is I actually typed that out because
Yeah, I was
can't
watching
fake
him
type
I
type
was
it
gonna
out.
say I was gonna be really impressed if you were saying that, but actually typed out his.
Goes online only. There, that's a little shorter.
Yep.
Get your degree.
Oh my
Not sponsored,
goodness!
So
What is? I'm curious. Like looking at your list, just so that we can look back next year and laugh at ourselves. What do you think your score is gonna be?
0.
I think I'm going to get one right.
I think I'm gonna get 3.
Okay, let me look at this.
I don't know. I think.
I guess technically I could get 2 because I think Dana's will happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the one that is most likely to be right is the
Oh my goodness, I skipped one of mine.
What? Do you have 10 listed?
that's how I ended up going last. I was going to say
Because I started with 1.
yeah. I was going to say I was so confused.
Yeah, okay.
See, and you guys were like, that's how it works. No, it's not.
All right, Luke's got one more.
I got one more. I am really glad I saw that because I love this prediction. Guillermo del Toro is going to direct Death Stranding.
Oh heck yeah,
That feels good.
that does feel good. I like it.
Me like that.
Dude, he's best buds with Hideo Kojima. So.
Yeah.
He's the dead
And
man.
he like kept tweeting out this week, like hanging out with him and stuff. And I'm like, it's happening.
He's helping them with that and OD right now.
Okay,
I
I'm glad I remember that.
I just for the record too, I love that choice.
Yeah.
For Death Stranding. I think he's a great choice for it.
Yep.
He is so
gets
weird. He's so weird. Like it would just fit.
I think he makes weird approachable.
Yeah.
Without watering it down.
Yep. Without it losing
It's not a
its
Shape
essence.
of Water joke, but
Never saw
I
it.
feel like it could have been. Anyways, yeah, I think realistically 3, probably for me.
I think at
know
most
this.
2, maybe
2.
3.
1, 2, 3, 4. I think at the most I could get 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, at the most I could probably get like 13.
Which of your predictions is the most outlandish but realistic?
Ooh.
I'm not even joking when I think that my Tom Cruise on the Moon one is actually realistic.
It's outlandish and potentially realistic.
Like, if we land on the moon fast enough, I feel like Tom Cruise will be like, "Get me on this thing."
Yeah.
For me, I think it's the selling of the Harry Potter IP. I think it's outlandish. Like when you think about it, you're
Yeah.
like, no way they'd sell Harry Potter. But then it's like, well, Warner's not doing so hot.
Warner's not doing hot. They've had
Trouble with the Harry Potter IP
trouble
lately.
with the franchise. Someone else would probably be willing to overpay to get it,
Yep.
and it takes it off of their plate, and they can focus on something else. I could see that. Yeah.
Did you have any more backups, Brent, that you want to unleash upon the world?
I didn't know. and Tyler will probably know if this one is how realistic. And I saved it. I put it aside because I'm not sure how these things are all.
Will we shoot
figured
another
out.
short film in 2024? Yes.
Yes. I said the NFL sells more games exclusively to streamers.
That will happen.
But I wasn't
Good
sure
pick
how
up
those
that one.
packages are, because don't they make like 5-year package deals?
Are you talking about like the playoff game being streamed, or are you talking about Sunday Ticket? Because
Or are
Sunday
you talking about like Thursday Night
I'm
Football
ta-
on Prime Video?
Yeah, I'm talking Thursday Night Football on Prime. I'm talking about the thing with Peacock. Like,
the thing with Peacock, a playoff game being on a streamer, I think that will absolutely happen.
yeah,
I mean, it did really well.
yeah.
As far as like Sunday Ticket to YouTube TV, that won't be able to be moved. Thursday Night Football on Amazon won't be able to be moved.
So those are the things where I
Yeah.
wasn't sure if that was a safe prediction, in that some of those contracts are locked up for so
They
long
are, yeah.
that until they're ready to be renewed. And I feel like I remember them getting renewed just a couple years ago. So
Well, Sunday Ticket was.
That's why
this
I
is the
pulled it
first
off.
year of its existence.
yeah,
Outside of DirecTV.
Yeah.
What would be really interesting as a prediction about that specifically is Sunday Night Football sold to a streamer. That would be a giant middle finger to
NBC? Or
yeah
just-
NBC and the U.S. as a whole.
yeah,
But also like it would be worth a lot of money.
yeah.
So, or here's your other prediction: the Super Bowl becomes pay-per-view.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Means I won't be able to watch by myself anymore. I guess if the Chiefs are playing. But
I think not a prediction. I think that's a very real possibility.
Yeah.
With how well the Peacock game did.
Yeah.
And the number of people who get together, they'd be like, "Ah, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
People can just pay for it."
That they know that they can split.
Yep.
They'll have to figure out something that I heard
They'll make
people
so much
complaining
money.
about were the people who wanted to go out to the bar
Mhm.
and watch it. And with the Peacock thing, wasn't there like explicitly like it's not allowed. We won't allow it. We'll hunt you down.
not
I don't
sure
know
on
what that
that.
language
Yeah.
actually is, or what kind of enforcement you can do. But like you have to solve that problem.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean it'll be interesting. They'd probably have to charge a cover and give a percentage back.
Mm.
I would assume is how you take care of it. But
That seems like a
seems
real
like a lot of work,
headache.
which is why a lot of people wouldn't do it.
I had some others. A Halo show canceled after season 2 was a backup that I did not throw out there.
real curious about what those numbers are going to be.
Yeah, yeah. And then Deadpool
Ooh.
3.
Sorry, I was reading Easton's comment.
Ah.
He says advertising would stop the Super Bowl from going pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view.
I think that's a good
What
that's a good snag, but they could still advertise during the Super Bowl
Yeah.
on pay-per-view.
Yeah. Pay-per-view does not mean ad-free. Right? Like,
Yeah, it doesn't have to.
Doesn't have
There's
to be.
ads during UFC fights. They're not commercials, but there's ads.
yeah.
There's a lot of them.
You know, some days all those advertisers are going to realize you can just put it before the Super Bowl and save $4.9 million.
I think Easton, he says Super Bowl gets hundreds of millions of views going pay-per-view at quarter viewing count. At least in my opinion, like I think that's a good point. Advertising is a good point for that. There's a lot of money that could be lost.
Yeah.
But
The
how
question
much-
is,
how much
how much is a streamer willing to pay
That's
the,
the thing.
NFL
Exactly, and that's what I was getting
to-
ready to say.
cover that?
How much will Amazon pay to have it?
Yeah.
Who is pay-per-view its own company? Or who's owns pay-per-view?
There's a bunch of different people.
It's just
companies
it's a
do it.
generic
government?
It's just a generic
Like
term
for boxing, DAZN has their own pay-per-view.
It's Dazn?
DAZN. Yeah.
Oh, I just thought it was the zone.
It's Dazn.
Kind of like cow zone. Are you in the zone for a cow zone?
Dude, calzones
Yes, I am.
underrated. Calzones are great.
Cow zones. Why would you
My
try?
final backup prediction, just in case anyone was curious: Deadpool 3 continues the MCU trend of box office flops.
Ooh,
Ooh,
that's a good one.
That is a good one.
I think, yeah.
That touchdown pass brought to you by Tide. Pee Wee team got you doing more loads than normal. I mean, I can hear John Anik saying that during a UFC fight.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think those kind of things are in the realm of possibility. But I do like the Deadpool thing. I think that's
I think
a good one.
Marvel probably thinks Deadpool is maybe a little more invincible than
than it
it
actually
actually
is.
is.
Yeah.
So,
I think
Luke,
Marvel thought they were invincible until this year.
Absolutely.
I think they learned the hard way that
Yep.
they are not. So
Yep. Luke, did you have any bonus predictions?
I did. I had some boring ones and some that were honestly, I felt like they were just too stupid to really. Some of the boring ones, like I predicted Lakeith Stanfield will replace Jonathan Majors as King, but I was like, this is
isn't
feels like
some other dude is really popular?
Yeah, there was also a name going around, so it's like, what's the point of this?
Yeah.
It kind of goes into another one I have is I've had this one for almost 7 months. And then it was Lily Reinhart would be cast as Supergirl. And then like 2 weeks ago, like short lists were coming out. It's just like, gosh dang it.
Is she on it?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
It's mainly Millie Alcock from House of Dragon.
Oh,
Is the
Really?
headlining name, yeah.
interesting.
But I didn't really look into it. The short lists were coming out and I was just like, taking it off. Don't even care. Video game studio worker strike. Starfield announced for PS5 was one that I had.
Oh yeah.
It's a good one.
That's one I kind of joked about all year.
It's
And
a
I
good
was like,
one.
I liked the other ones. I had more. A backup I had was Bungie employees sue Bungie for everything that happened this past year with like being laid off and kind of the hostile takeover Sony's kind of doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they'd sue Bungie, Sony mainly, but that one was I didn't want to do that because I felt sad. Nintendo and Sony cancel Zelda movie, which I still think would be awesome. And then Helen Hunt does show up in Twisters.
Yes.
Oh, and of course my last one. Brett still won't be Control.
Wow.
Part 2, he also won't be Alan Wake.
The shade, and yet it's probably somehow accurate.
I can't wait to add a part 3 to that one.
Won't be Control 2.
Are the Emmys over?
Quick, check the Emmys.
Hurry. Should
It's too quiet. We can start talking news while Luke looks up the Emmy results.
Yeah. So I'll kick us off because this is interesting. Let's see here. Tom Cruise signed a deal with Warner Brothers.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It's because he wants to go to the moon.
On Tuesday, it was announced that Tom Cruise has signed a development deal with Warner Brothers Discoveries, and I guess WB Motion Pictures Group co-chairs and CEOs Michael DeLuca and Pam Abdi to develop both original and franchise features of the film, the latter of which has fans hopeful that there could be a chance that a follow-up to the fan-favorite sci-fi action film Live, Die, Repeat. So
Heck yeah.
I guess that's been a chase down sequel for a while by studios, and there's thoughts that maybe WB could be the one to get them to do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said that earlier.
Never gonna happen.
If it does, you have to give me a quarter.
How about a swift kick in the butt?
No, that's not a win for me.
I don't know. It depends how you look at it.
So yeah, Tom Cruise signed a deal with WB. Apparently, more into that article if you read a little bit. Days of Thunder 2. That would be kind of funny. If
Vanilla
that got announced.
Sky too.
There you go. There were some things behind the scenes with Paramount, right? That's who he was working with.
Yeah.
That have he didn't like the way things were handled. with Top Gun, a couple other projects.
Which is ironic.
Yeah.
Because another story was Top Gun 3 was announced.
Yep.
With everybody
segue.
returning.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise.
Hey, with
Glenn
that amount of
Powell.
money, everyone can get over their crap, right?
Yep.
Joseph Kosinski returning to direct.
Love that.
I'd be curious if maybe it's like a Glenn Powell movie and Tom Cruise is just the guy at the
Yeah.
what was who was the bald
school?
guy? The general.
Yeah.
Or maybe the John Hamm character.
Mm.
Since I don't know, I guess they're beefing.
Yeah.
You don't want any beef.
Yeah, it is weird that story, those stories came out.
Like a day apart.
Yeah. Yeah. Good segue though. I liked it. The other kind of film and TV story I have, Anya Chalotra confirmed to be playing Cersei in Creature Commandos. Anya Chalotra is from The Witcher.
She was the best part about The Witcher.
She was the best part of The Witcher. And this is one of those characters that I'm fairly certain will show up in live action.
Wonder Woman.
Yep, she is an actress that can make the jump between the two. So, and James Gunn has said when he casts a voice actress for these, or a voice actor for these shows, they're going to be able to play them in live action too. So, pretty dope.
Yeah.
There's also Creature Commandos merch that's starting to surface
Oh,
online.
really?
Is that coming out this year?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, Frank Grillo teased something on his story, and James Gunn quoted it, and I was like, "Oh, what the heck?"
And Grillo's like hyped.
Yeah, Frank Grillo was like, "Let's do it." It's like, "I'm playing this animated character. Let's go." He's playing Rick Flag Sr. Just not what I was expecting.
Yeah, no. Interesting.
I'm Red Flag Senior. I'm Frank Grillo. There was more casting for Last of Us Season 2.
Yes, there was.
Yeah.
Caitlin Dever was confirmed as Abby. She's been kind
Yeah,
of
that's
rumored
been-
for a while.
Largely rumored, yeah.
She was the fan favorite for Ellie for the longest time. She also was Cassie in Uncharted 4.
Oh,
So,
has worked
She's
with...
been close to Naughty Dog.
She's been around in Naughty
Yeah,
Dog, so that's kind
yeah.
of cool.
Did you see Laura Bailey's tweet?
Yeah,
or
she's
whatever?
like, if you need
She's
a
like,
workout,
if you need a workout,
buddy.
buddy. Yeah, I thought that was cool.
If you don't know and you haven't seen, Abby is absolutely jacked out of her mind in The Last of Us 2. And I wouldn't want that workout plan. I'm just saying. I think it would be stressful. Some more casting for the show. Young Mazzino is going to play Jesse. And Isabella Merst is going to play
Dude,
Dinah.
she's busy.
Dina. I think it's Dina.
She's busy.
Yeah, she's popping up in everything.
She's in all kinds of stuff right now.
Madam Web.
Yeah. She's in a lot of stuff, man.
Superman like me.
Yeah.
But Madam Web.
Yeah. She was Dora.
Anyways,
Michael Bay.
Soy Dora.
Michael Bay's Dora the Explorer, baby.
Godzilla X Kong,
Money title.
money title, moves up.
Oh, yeah, I
Release
forgot
date
about
2
this.
weeks to take Mickey 17's spot because that movie's been delayed. No new release date on that. Sad
I didn't
day.
realize that was a book.
I wasn't.
I
either.
saw it today at Barnes
Oh,
Noble, and I was
what
like,
do you
"Oh,
know?
what the heck?" Yeah,
So-
that's apparently a book.
Hey, that means a little less time till my,
Favorite movie of the year?
I have to. I get to watch it. I get to go. This is cringe, and then I get to wait another year and a half before the next one.
You
So-
left out the part where you have to review it with me and Tyler and us going,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
It's so good.
It's 2 hours of suffering there and 2 hours of suffering here, but
Correct. And you will suffer, and you'll like it.
And I
Only
will
4
like
hours.
it.
It's only half a work day.
touche.
It's just like going to work. Ooh.
We also we did get confirmation that Jon Favreau is making Star Wars: The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Mando X Grogu, the new Empire.
The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Mando v Grogu.
Boy,
Justice.
not thrilled about this one.
Yeah.
It's a movie.
Maybe Luke, I think you said it.
What did I say? I said
Did
a
you
lot of
say,
things.
or
You
maybe
did.
it
No,
was-
it was Luke, and you gave me credit.
And I gave you credit.
Yeah,
You
I was
did
like-
again, you piece of crap. I don't even know what I said.
Hey, I stopped it.
I think what you said was maybe this will be kind of the best version of this because as a movie it has to trim all the fat.
Yeah.
And I can appreciate that take and be hopeful.
It can just be a fun action Star Wars movie. We can get rid of the nonsense of whatever Mandalorian season 3 was.
Ooh, yeah.
And just, have some fun with Star Wars.
It's been too long since we've done that.
Just make it fun, make it interesting. Take me on a ride. Sure, I'll do it. Ahsoka 2 was also greenlit season 2.
That's right.
Much more interested in that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's it. Except for, I guess the Xbox Direct is coming this Thursday.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get hopefully a date for Hellblade 2, or a surprise
Or
drop.
a secret drop. I
Dude,
could have a point.
That would be insane.
I could have a point already this early in the year. Let's go.
They're also going.
If they
to...
shadow drop that game,
What if they shadow drop Indiana Jones?
that'd be sick.
Boy.
We are getting our first gameplay look at Indiana Jones, though. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure they said gameplay, right?
They did. They did say they'd have like a 10-minute video of kind of discussing the game and how it works, and then like how you will play as Indy, and then there will be a gameplay as well.
Cool. Very excited to see that.
Yeah, if Machine Games is good at anything, it's making games where you kill Nazis. So
Did they do Wolfenstein?
they did.
Perfect choice.
Perfect team. So I'm gonna go back to film and TV. Everyone's favorite actor, Mark Sinclair. I got a sexual assault case added to him.
I don't know who that is.
Mark Sinclair is Vin Diesel.
That's right.
Are you
I
serious?
forgot about this.
Is that his real name?
Yeah, Mark Sinclair.
I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I just thought his parents had the weirdest name.
No. So
And
he
he was like, "Oh, my name's Vin Diesel. I gotta get into cars, but I'm not that good, so I'm gonna just be an actor about cars."
yeah, no. So
That
he
is so
got
funny.
hit with a sexual abuse case, as well as on the heels of that, there is discussion that the next Fast movie is going to be his last.
Back to the basics.
It's going to be back to basics, more like the first movie.
smaller budget.
And The Rock's movie that is being produced by Vin Diesel and The Rock is going to be set between Fast 10 and Fast 11 that will tie it up, and Jason Momoa will not be back for Fast 11.
Oh my
I
gosh.
can't wait, baby. What a cluster.
Oh, man. And then apparently there's a 12th movie.
Are they gonna steal VHSs and fasten your seatbelts part 2?
My eye
Maybe.
is twitching over here.
Dude, I don't know what's
Ah.
happening, but they got Tyrese,
Insane.
so they'll be fine. Remember what he said? They're invincible, man. They're superheroes.
So forget about it, good.
Forget about it, cuh.
Oh.
Uh,
Now.
Yeah, that's a
It's
thing.
almost done, Brett. Only 4 more years, and then the reboot,
Oh.
Let's go!
and then they're gonna
Hobbs
team
and
up with.
Shaw 2, baby. Let's go!
Actually, I wouldn't mind a Vanessa Kirby spinoff.
The only reboot I can accept is one where Tom Holland stars. Just
You went too far.
That's where we draw the line, dude. Seriously. I'm honestly just sad we won't get the Vin Diesel Optimus Prime team up that we've all been dreaming of against the T-Rex
Against-
from Jurassic Park.
Dude,
And somehow the T-Rex will still win.
Dude, screw going back to basics. If they don't make this thing as stupid as possible, I feel like they've honestly just given up.
what was the whole point?
Yeah. What was the point of that giant magnet ball rolling through the sea if we're not going to get caught in a black hole and go to the beginning of time and have to fight a Triceratops?
Dude, I just love the idea that they're like, it's going to be more about racing. It's like, how do you go back to racing now? Like, what is the story that leads us to this?
I'm pretty sure
We got to go back to Race Wars and save Jesse? Jesse's dead.
until they bring him back. Gal Gadot is still alive somehow. Spoilers.
We're just
true.
gonna fast forward into the
Are we just-
about that?
the Gerard Butler prison racing movie.
Oh, Death Race?
Death Race. We're just
Yeah.
gonna fast forward to Death
What
Race.
if all of this was just a prequel?
all of them are captured, thrown in prison, and Death Races becomes a thing.
It's just all a prequel.
Yeah. Brilliant.
But
We solved it.
If they're gonna take it back to basics instead of doing what they've been doing, they're just abandoning the family storyline thread they've been working on for the past 10 movies?
Family doesn't mean anything, man.
Oh my gosh, how dare you?
Moral of the story: family means nothing.
In the face of unrecoverable losses
Yep.
financially,
I don't
family
care.
means nothing.
I don't care about racing and stealing VHS players. I want family.
What if they time travel back to that first movie though?
Okay, I'm on board.
Yeah. Yeah. That's,
sold me.
Yeah.
But like, I want them to do street races on dinosaurs.
Like on
Like-
the backs of
like,
a
I'm on a
Gigantosaurus.
I'm on a Stegosaurus, and they
like
they
they're
have
riding.
their
the
their
dinosaurs.
car, the bad guy's car, because they're bad guys and they like are animal poachers or something. They killed a Triceratops, and out of its bones, they created this monster beast of a car, and we had to prove that actually the Stegosaurus we're riding on is stronger than their bone car because the Stegosaurus is family.
I don't know how we got here. And I
We
don't
will,
like
we
it.
will find out that Vin Diesel and that Stegosaurus have a
This is-
0.001% DNA match
This
to
is
make
how
them family.
this is how easy it is to write a Fast and Furious movie.
Yeah, this is how it's actually done.
I'm pretty sure this
probably.
is how it's done. Yeah.
And then the writer's room kind of trims the fat, and it's just like, oh, big magnet ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do we get from here to here? Big magnet ball.
How do we get from here to here? John Cena's there. How do we get from here to here? This one. Well, just kill John Cena.
So it sounds like John Cena really is the solution to many
He's
problems.
the linchpin, yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys have any other news stories?
Just that the Halo Battle Royale has been shelved. That apparently was unannounced, but everybody knew about it.
Yeah. Like, again, back to the like unannounced. But
I
it's
forgot this
definitely
wasn't
true.
announced.
But yeah, this was definitely a thing that was happening, and
Project Tatanka.
the fact that it did not come out this year pretty much confirmed to me that it was dead.
Yeah.
He's dead.
He's
They
dead.
killed it.
He was dead.
Oh, that's one I think I'll get right. I think a Halo game will be announced. that one was easy. I had to get 1 point.
We kind of mentioned it when we were texting about it. This is the second thing they've announced for this game that they've canceled.
Yeah.
When the first one was couch co-op, which was like promised at launch, and then they're like, "Yeah, about that."
But we got Forge though.
Okay, but Forge has been legit good.
Yeah, Forge is good. Forge is good.
Maybe they're canceling Battle Royale, which honestly I think is a fine decision
Yep. For a story DLC.
to do couch co-op.
Hey, full circle.
No, and also no.
Yeah. No, it should be a new Halo game.
Yeah,
They're just gonna make a new Halo game, and they will have
What's the company called?
A skeleton.
Certain Affinity. Is
Certain
that what they're called?
Affinity.
Yep, they're gonna make the next Halo game, not 343. That should
should
have
have
been
been
my
your prediction.
I mean, that's kind of what I predicted last year.
Yeah.
New studio.
Yeah.
And 343 is gonna make Gear 6.
Oh no!
Tyler just threw up in his mouth.
They made a
little
whole
bit.
studio called the Coalition to make Gears games. Let's not do
The
that.
Coalition is going to make the reboot of Anthem.
You don't want that.
Woo! I'll take anybody to make it, baby.
I don't know, man. Gears is a pretty clunky game, and Anthem was not that.
Gears is clunky?
Oh yeah.
Do you mean like controls bad, or it's because they've giant
Just the-
freaks?
I don't think the
walking around?
controls are bad on Gears. I think it's just the rock-sized human beings that everybody seems to be.
Aim like potatoes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
The Warhammer characters, they're all Space Marines.
they really are Warhammer characters.
Dude,
that
Space
is-
Marine 2 looks like Gears, like a Gears spinoff. It's awesome. I can't wait for that to come out so I can play it because Gears 6 is never coming out.
No, dude, it's coming out this summer on PlayStation.
I said it'll be announced, not coming out. Oh man, if Gears 6 came out this summer, that'd be so sick.
What if
We'd lose Tyler.
What if
for like a whole
PlayStation
month.
bought the Coalition?
That would be hilarious, actually.
They're like, the first game is just Gear 6, but because
So you have to play the first 7 Gears games on a
no,
Xbox?
because the first 3 are epic,
That's true.
so they'd still be on Xbox only. So you'd only have Gears 4 and 5. Well, those are both Coalition.
Yeah,
Both of those go to PlayStation.
love it.
Insanity.
This is how easy it is to make predictions.
Insanity.
You say something stupid,
Write it down.
write it down.
Right. Well,
Or writing a Fast and Furious movie. Same thing.
so other than writing a Fast and Furious movie, what have you guys been up to this week? Anything worth noting?
Very quickly, I can go. Finished Fourth Wing.
Yep.
It was fine. That's
read
all
the
I'll say.
second one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because my
sometime.
wife wants me
Eventually.
to.
Fifth Wing.
Yeah, I'll read the second one eventually. Smut books are weird though. It's a strange experience.
It is. Yeah.
But yeah, whatever. It was fine. I give it a Matthew McConaughey. And then I started playing Super Mario Wonder because my brother-in-law bought me that for Christmas and it came in.
Nice.
Worth the time and money.
Nice.
Awesome game.
Actual
Really fun.
game of the year?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, but it's really fun. Really enjoy my time with it. There's some hard levels too. And they have like star difficulties on them. Like, 4 stars? Pfft, that's nothing. I got in there, I was like, ooh, this is bad. I lost like 7 lives.
I'm moving that bad boy down to 1 star.
And then I've been watching Reacher. Just still good. Still
Nice.
an awesome show. I'll finish it up this week and have a review for you next week.
Awesome.
Can't wait.
Cool.
I finished Monarch, Legacy of Monsters. The whole series is out now.
It's 9 episodes.
10
10 episodes, okay.
I think the show is pretty good. I think it's a really fun idea. It's pretty on and off in its execution. Honestly, it kind of feels episode to episode, but also period of time to period of time. Like in this episode, the future stuff is really good. And then in this episode, the past stuff is really good. And it's just kind of up and down throughout. But then I think the last episode is really cool. I also think the show struggles in between choosing to do character work and monster stuff. And I'm glad I don't have to make the decision on what to choose to do.
At the end of the day, I'm glad it feels like a struggle, though.
Yeah.
Because I think a purely character-based thing would not probably hold enough people's
we're here
attention.
for the monsters. I'm here to
right.
see Godzilla.
It's why people watch House of the Dragon. We are here for the dragons. We appreciate all the drama, but we're here for the dragons.
Well, there's some people that are there for other things.
But the same could kind of be said, like, what have the mainline movies become? But
Yeah.
it's just the monster stuff, which it's quote unquote entertaining, but there's no real heart there, I think, personally. And so I appreciate the fact that the show is at least trying to give us both.
I think the monster stuff isn't all the time, but I do think it's really good when they do it, and it looks great.
Yeah, I haven't been disappointed by the visuals. Yeah.
But yeah, I really liked the last episode. I hope it gets to season 2. I hope it's just not a lead into other things. Some fun surprises in that last episode. It was cool.
Nice.
Also, Godzilla just always looks awesome.
Oh yeah.
Like, just like, yeah, do it.
He about to blow some stuff up.
Do it.
Amazing.
The other thing that I did, and Brett also did, was we watched the premiere episode of True Detective Night Country.
Yep.
AKA True Detective Season 4.
I'm going to try to get Dana to watch that with me.
Season 4 or Season 1?
Season 4.
Okay.
I don't feel like I have to watch it in order, so.
No,
No,
absolutely
no,
not.
no.
Every season is disconnected.
Right, exactly. And I was like, well, maybe if I can get her to watch it while it's releasing, she'll be on board.
Yeah.
Awesome episode. I'm super intrigued by what they're doing. I love the setting. If with it being, it's in Alaska during the month of night only.
What a hellish decision to make. This is all night shoots. I don't know where they
Thinking of the
were.
logistics of that,
The logistics of that is awful.
It's also all winter.
And it's all yeah.
So it's just snow everywhere. And like, I'm watching this at home on a Sunday night
when it's
When it is
freezing cold
freezing.
out
in the
there.
middle of a polar vortex, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I hit the mic. I'm like, it looks warm there. But I love the setting.
Yeah.
Having Jodie Foster be the lead is such an awesome decision.
Great.
And I watched an interview with the writer-director, Issa Lopez, and she was like, I loved the first season of True Detective. It reminded me of 7. So I went and watched 7, and I was like, man, I love 7. But we wouldn't have this without Silence of the Lambs. And I love Silence of the Lambs. So I casted Jodie Foster. It's like, I love the way you think.
She did a film nerd out on live television and was like, yup, that's what we're doing.
Just like, I like you. The cast, I think, is great.
Yep.
I think they all work together well. I'm having like questions like, is this gonna be supernaturally?
Yeah.
Because they're honestly fooling me with it. Where
Mhm.
like you got characters that are seeing ghosts and spirits and hearing things, and it's just like, what? I mean, they're in what's the
Ennis is the town.
no the indigenous people that are from there
Mm-hmm.
in Inupiat? I don't know. But there's indigenous people, and I'm hoping it can like go into their background and things they do and believe, and how it kind of weaves into the story. It's super intriguing. It's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Kind of. It is creepy. There are some scenes where you're just like, I don't like that.
The sound design does an excellent job at elevating that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And then Jodie Foster.
And one of the
Freaking
things that I think, season 1 of True Detective, especially, but even 3, 2 it's a little hit or miss, but it does a really good job of showing you who those characters are, and so like the episode does a lot of really good setup that doesn't feel like monologuing exposition, right? Who is Jodie Foster's character? Who are the people around her? What is the situation they find themselves in? How is it relevant to something that happened in the past? And boom, we're off with a mystery.
Yeah, and I just love the concept of True Detective. It's a one season anthologic story, and none of them have been the same.
Yeah.
You have season 1, which is cult and voodoo. Season 2, which is like gang wars. Season 3 was a missing child. And then season 4 is indigenous spirituality, almost like supernatural.
Yeah, maybe. Well, that's right. Like, we don't know yet, right? But they're definitely leaning into it, and the whole...
Dude, who's Travis?
Who is Travis? Who is Travis?
But yeah, I'm loving it. Sunday night HBO is back, which is just the best. Having an HBO show launch on a Sunday night after watching Sunday Night Football.
I cannot believe more of the streamers don't have counter programming on Sunday nights. Maybe they just don't have enough faith in their stuff.
I feel like HBO just owns it.
But for 4 or 5 months out of the year, they don't have something on it. I mean, what was the last thing they had on it? Secession? Or Succession?
I think so, yeah.
And that ended in the fall? So, like, there's gaps, and no one's inserting themselves into... I don't know. Whatever. I'm not a business person. What do I know? Anyways. Yeah, it's really good. First episode was really good. So, I don't have much to add to what I did this week. It was uneventful.
We played D&D.
We played D&D.
Oh, yeah.
I'm hoping to go see either Mean Girls or Beekeeper.
I voted Beekeeper
this week. So if you have an opinion, go to my Instagram and
What did you put a vote up?
I did put a vote up.
I voted Beekeeper.
Should we see what it's at right now?
Yes.
Let's see.
I mainly say Beekeeper because I've seen the original Mean Girls, so I know what the new one is going to be. Just a musical. I'm sure it's fine, but
80% Mean Girls.
F that noise. I'm going to Beekeeper.
I was really shocked to see. So I stumbled across a David Ayer tweet, and then I was like, "Oh yeah, he had a movie come out this week, and he's still not talking about it." So then I went to Rotten Tomatoes, like, "I wonder if the embargo's up," and I looked, and it was positive, and I was like,
So like it's 70% or something.
yeah, it's like right around that."
Me
70
and Brett
mark.
were talking about it when you were
was
trying
like,
to
"Dang,
fix
that's
the
awesome."
breaker when you were playing D&D.
Yeah,
It was cold.
D&D was fun.
D&D was fun.
Dude.
I had a good time.
It was awesome.
I had a good
Tyler's
time.
a great DM.
Well,
Look
I
at
wouldn't
you,
go that
always
far.
second guessing yourself. Don't even start. You're a great DM.
I'm having fun with it. It's fun to
And
think of weird things with no logic.
here's the deal: the more uncertain you are, the crazier I'm gonna get.
Good.
I took us on a whole lighthouse adventure.
That was fun. I had to improv that
last time.
entire thing. I had to make characters up as we went. Luckily, there's a movie called The Lighthouse, and I was like, yeah, that'll work. We'll go with that.
Perfect. You pulled it off flawlessly. So, okay,
Well, now I'm going to have to write The Lighthouse into the entire campaign, so it's going to become a focal point.
absolutely.
Way to go, dude.
I sure hope so. I've
It's
had ideas for how to keep it a part of the story.
It is collaborative storytelling. That's what D&D is.
If I wasn't a loyal good character, I would just go burn that mug down.
That'd be sick.
I think it's a little out of character though.
Got you boys to
It
level
is.
5
It
so
is.
that Luke can get Fireball.
Let's go! I added it right away.
I'm so excited.
So just so you know, Brett, when we start fighting people, do not go up to the bad guy right away.
That's funny
I'm
because we have people
unloading.
who can tank, and they're going to be like, whoo!
Yeah, I did not realize that attack did AoE. Should have read the directions.
I didn't ask how big the room is. I said cast Fireball.
Easton did remind me that we haven't done any Fanbox questions. Easton's
Did we get any?
Fanbox question from Twitter was, after listening to the beginning of last week's episode, I have a Fanbox question. What conspiracy theory do you wish was true?
Oh, these are fun.
The moon landing being fake. I honestly think I think that would be hilarious if we faked that and then now we're actually gonna
Good to
do
go.
it. Because like you can't fake it now.
No.
It's impossible to fake it now. Back then, maybe, but I
Yeah.
think that would be so funny. It's like, hey Kubrick, can you fill this thing for us real quick? Yeah, sure. What do you need?
I like that. That's a good answer.
That would blow my life up if Kubrick just came out of hiding. He's like, I'm not dead, and
I'm not
I
actually
filmed
dead.
the moon landing. I went there with Tom Cruise.
He actually lives on the moon. That's where he's been. With the real Tom Cruise. The lizard Tom Cruise is who we have now.
Ooh, we're Googling conspiracy
It's the only
theories.
way to,
Damn.
keep him... the only way Tom Cruise is actually able to do all his own stunts is because he's his...
One that I always thought would be
Lizard
really cool as a kid was the Loch Ness Monster.
Mm,
Yeah, cryptids are fun.
Like, if there was just this giant fish thing
yeah.
in Loch Ness in Scotland, I think that would be really cool. Just these giant fish that just mate with each other and haven't gone extinct yet somehow.
Yeah.
With this one.
JFK.
Mm,
Ooh, some of these are like, ooh.
Oh, this is my favorite one. I wish it were true that pigeons weren't real.
Dude,
they're all
yes.
government spies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all
Yes.
drones.
Birds
yeah.
aren't real. Absolutely that, yeah. No,
Aliens are real.
that is one.
Lizards rule the world is a pretty fun one, but pigeons being just government spies is my favorite.
Is aliens being real a conspiracy theory? Because that's one I believe in. Then
I think it's a conspiracy.
there's
at
a
this
distinction though, and I want to clarify this.
point. Okay.
Aliens and intelligent extraterrestrial life are not the same thing. I believe that there's a planet out there where there's a scorpion with
So the conspiracy would be then, Luke,
wings.
that
or
there is
something.
like a Men in Black, not to the level of the movies, right? But there's like a Men in Black thing that is hiding the fact that there is intelligent extraterrestrial stuff. That would be the conspiracy.
That's
theory.
the conspiracy. Okay, I don't believe that. Then.
Yeah,
I just think there's a planet that is 13.2 billion light years away in a different solar system, maybe in a different galaxy, and they've got bugs.
They've got a face hugger.
Sure,
Yeah,
it's kind of like a bug,
it is.
but I don't think there's
Humanoid aliens.
humanoid
walking around.
intelligent aliens that have discovered interdimensional space traveling before us because it's not possible.
So the one that I guess I will say, I don't, and this is like I don't wish it was true. I just think it could be neat if it was true. Would be like a flat Earth where there is like undiscovered land, like past what we know. Like there's the idea of like you go beyond and then there's these other lands. And I like, to me that's the kind of the same thing as space travel. It's like there's something else out there, that unknown, that sense of like what is that world that has that scorpion. So I guess I think that one's neat.
I hate the flat Earth.
I mean, I can't stand.
Dude,
I can't stand the conspiracy.
I worked
theories,
with a
but-
flat earther, and he would like at my old job, and he would leave me like little things to read and email me links. Be like, dude, what do you think of this? And I'd be like, I think you're crazy. He would send me pictures of the United Nations map every single, like their logo every day. Be like, dude, you can't tell me. Like, bro, stop sending me this stuff. I don't care.
The other one I
Oh
love
my
to hear
gosh.
about is Ancient Aliens.
Like the pyramids and stuff.
Like just watching the Ancient Aliens TV series is fascinating to me, because it's such a fun explanation of like, how do I get A plus B to equal C? And it's like C is the answer, so how do I get A, which is evidence, and how do I make B equal C? Right? Like it's fascinating to watch.
Yeah, conspiracy theories are fun to an extent. Friend of the show, Game Lord Master Lepke, him and I, like, we talk about conspiracies every now and again, and we kind of, like, there's some that we just kind of laugh at and we think they're hilarious. Like, there was one a couple years ago that, like, that JFK was still alive and he was going to show up to show that he was supporting Trump or something like that. And I was like, what?
I remember hearing about that one.
Dude, like, there's just so many wild things that people come up with, and I just find them all so funny.
And Emmy winners. Real
Oh,
quick.
yeah, Emmy winner update.
That way we don't have to just do it next week. We
Sure.
can just do it. Get rid of it now.
Yeah.
Best drama series, Succession.
Oh.
Listen, it was a long shot. With
It
prediction.
was.
Best comedy series, The Bear.
Dude, Eagles fans have bags on their heads. This is real life. I love it.
Dude, they're getting destroyed.
Dude, the Goat Baker.
Outstanding actress and actor in drama were both the people from Succession. Limited series, Beef. You watched Beef, Brett.
I did.
Nice.
Ali Wong won for
Great.
Beef. Stephen Yeun for Beef. Paul Walter Hauser for Blackbird.
Oh!
Shout out the show
Nice.
Blackbird. Great show.
Shout out Paul Walter Hauser.
Jeremy Allen White for The Bear. Gosh, you guys need to watch The Bear. Eben Moss. Oh gosh, I don't know what's his name. The support lead actor in The Bear. Awesome. Supporting actor, Succession. It's pretty much Succession and The Bear. Oh, comedy series actress, Abbott Elementary. Supporting actress,
that show's been
comedy,
very successful.
Ayo
It
Edebiri,
really
The Bear.
has.
Dana watched it. She
There's
liked
going to
it.
be some people who make good careers.
Big
because
career,
of that
yeah.
show.
Dana likes it. She thought it was good.
But
I should
man,
probably check it
Succession
out.
and The Bear, huge winners.
Succession winning, I think, was...
Yeah, it
Foregone
was-
Was
conclusion.
not,
I mean,
yeah, terribly surprising.
I've never watched it, but man, I've heard great
there-
things.
if
Yeah.
there's ever a drought, it's one that I hope I can hit play on. But there's so many things.
There are so many things, but all right. Well, we have officially gone over our 2 hours.
Oh gosh, dude.
It's our biggest episode of the year. We got to.
Yeah.
It's
It's a
fine.
fun one.
It's fine. But we'll be back next week.
Still can send us predictions you have.
Yeah, please do.
I'd
Please
love to
share.
hear
We'll
'em.
read some of them off.
Yeah, you can send them to us via Twitter or Instagram, or you can email us.
Keep it under control, though,
gmail.com.
in terms of quantity.
All the conspiracy.
I mean,
theories
I'm
have
not
been
gonna read all.
confirmed.
I'm not making any promises to read off every single one, but
We'll
you
read
know, you
off-
send me a couple, I'll probably
We'll
indulge.
read off the good, genuine ones.
Yes. So, thank you so much for watching and listening this week. We'll see you next
That's
time.
embarrassingly bad tackling.
They have the worst defense. In the
See ya.
Bye.